David, a story of faith, trials, and victory. Introduction: David's life is one of the most remarkable stories in the Bible. From a humble shepherd to the greatest king of Israel, his journey is filled with faith, trials, and triumphs. Through his victories and struggles, David teaches us that with God, even the smallest can rise to greatness. The shepherd boy chosen by God. In the quiet hills of Bethlehem, a young boy named David tended his father's sheep. He was the youngest son of Jesse, often overlooked, but his heart was full of faith. While his brothers trained as warriors, David spent his days playing the harp and singing songs of praise to God. One day, the prophet Samuel arrived in Bethlehem, sent by God to anoint a new king. He visited Jesse's house and looked at his sons. The eldest, Eliab, was tall and strong, surely the perfect king. But God spoke to Samuel, "Do not look at his appearance or stature, for the Lord does not see as man sees. Man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." 1 Samuel 16:7. One by one, Jesse's sons passed before Samuel, but God rejected them all. Finally, Samuel asked, "Are these all your sons?" Jesse hesitated. "There's still the youngest, but he is tending the sheep." When David was brought before Samuel, the Lord said, "This is the one, anoint him." So, in the presence of his family, David was anointed with oil. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him, though he did not yet understand what his future held. 2. David and Goliath. Faith over fear. Soon after, Israel found itself at war with the Philistines, and their greatest warrior, Goliath, challenged them. Standing over 9 feet tall, Goliath taunted the Israelites. "Send a man to fight me. If he wins, we will be your servants. But if I win, you will be ours." For 40 days, King Saul and his army trembled in fear. No one dared to face the giant. One day, Jesse sent David to bring food to his brothers at the battlefield. When David arrived, he heard Goliath's challenge. Shocked by Israel's fear, he asked, "Who is this Philistine that defies the armies of the living God?" His brothers mocked him. "You are only a shepherd. Go back to your sheep." But David was determined. He went before King Saul and said, "I will fight this Philistine." Saul hesitated. "You are just a boy." David replied, "I have fought lions and bears to protect my sheep. The Lord delivered me from them, and he will deliver me from Goliath." Saul agreed and gave David his armor, but it was too heavy. Instead, David took his sling and 5 smooth stones. When Goliath saw him, he laughed. "Am I a dog that you come to me with sticks?" David stood firm. "You come with a sword and spear, but I come in the name of the Lord." He took a stone, slung it, and struck Goliath in the forehead. The giant fell, and David ran forward, using Goliath's own sword to finish him. The Philistines fled in terror, and Israel rejoiced.